Welcome back, my friends, to a brand new video, and in this video I will bring you a build for every single position in my player career mode. If you're struggling and need some inspiration or a starting point, or if you want a build to just start with and adapt to your needs, then today I have one for every single position. There'll be some timestamps in the description, so for whichever position you're looking for a build for, you can click to that exact place and it'll be in this video. So lots to get through today. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Appreciate the love and support as always. Hopefully I find you all doing very well, having an awesome day. Couple of things to mention before we get started is that, number one, these builds I'm about to show you, I am not claiming that they are the most or the highest rated that you can achieve in the specific positions we're going to show you. It is simply a build for you to take inspiration from, copy if you wish, but change as and when you wish. And secondly, the max level this year, as opposed to previous years of my player career mode, has been raised to 50. So in theory, more skill points for us to utilize. So we're going to be starting at goalkeeper, working our way up to striker, and then finishing there. Also, last point to mention, some of the positions such as right back, I will cover a build for right back and left back at the same time because it doesn't change, essentially. It's the same build, it's just the way or the position they play is different, but the build pretty much is the same. You get what I mean? So I've gone ahead and simmed all the way until my pro has reached level 50 and we have over 99 skill points available to us. So let's start with the goalkeeper position. For the sake of all the builds, I will be going with a 6-foot height and weight of 176 pounds. If you do change these, you can adapt the build and make the ratings higher on some of them, but just for keeping it the same all the way through, 6 foot, 176 pounds is what we're going with. So we start with goalkeeper, where we are able to get 99 overall, which is the maximum we can be. I'll show you the build for this, but what I will say is you can choose some elements of this build to change if you wish. First and foremost, though, the goalkeeping, max it out, 99 everything. It's really what you need to do first and foremost. All of your skill points should be focused on here with the ones you get early. Following that, we go into the physical skill tree, where we're looking at things like strength, jumping, reactions. You can see there my reactions at 99, stamina 93. Ultimately, though, you want that strength so you can push out those shots if required. Defending wise, nothing in here. Dribbling, interesting one. I did go into this a little bit. I went for the ball control, but also the agility and the balance, which is two more attributes which seem to be used for goalkeepers. So you want to max those as well. Avoiding things like attack positioning and dribbling. I don't necessarily feel like they're important, but I went ball control simply because ball playing goalkeepers are becoming even more important in the world of football. So when the ball gets played back to you, you want all the ball control that you can have. Only 46, though, is not great, inclusive of the fact that we've only got 52 long passing and 54 short passing in this build. Yeah, anyway, that's all we could manage. Along with that, we've gone into the passing skill tree. That's what we've done there. Nothing in the shooting, but as I did say, if you wanted to, you could allocate some skill points from some of the other areas and put them into things like free kicks and penalties to try and be a goalkeeper who scores some goals every now and again. But that is entirely up to you. And then we went into pace as well, so we can close down strikers when they're bearing down on goal a lot quicker. And all of that culminates in a 99 overall. So quickly run through them again. There's the pace skill tree. Shooting, nothing in for the moment, but of course feel free to change this if you wish. Passing, that's what we've gone there. Dribbling, that's what we have for the dribbling skill tree. Nothing in defending. Physical on your screen, and then goalkeeper maxed out. So 99 overall, very happy with that one. And let's move on to left back and right back. So left back and right back is an interesting one because you have a couple of options here. You could go to be a wing back type player where you support the attack, or you could look to be a more defensive minded fullback. So I'll talk about both once we've made our build, and I'm going to show you just one build, which is my personal one. Again, feel free to change it as you wish. And here's the build that I've gone with for our fullback position. I'll talk you through a few decisions I've made, but ultimately this is what we've gone with. Pace, fully maxed out. That's to help support down the wide areas. I would like to play as a wing-back if I was playing full-back personally, so pace important there. And to go with the pace, we've also gone into stamina. 93, we need that stamina to get up and down that wing to help out and come back defensively alongside that. We've gone into defending fully, but there are a couple of points you could save yourself here. For example, defensive awareness. is not necessary to max out. I don't think it impacts your player. I could be wrong though, so if you do know any different, for example, I do know that attack positioning doesn't affect your pro because you control them, so I'm assuming defensive awareness works the same way. If I take those skill points back, we have 4 still to play with now, but it does decrease our overall, as you can see, down from 92 to 91, which is why I put them in there initially, just to give us that extra little boost, and we'll put them back in now, and as you see, it does take us back to 92 overall. So yeah, defending fully maxed. Dribbling-wise, other than attack positioning, that's really the only thing we're missing out, along with a skill move there, but this is just to make sure that when we're on the ball, we can carry it nicely. Passing-wise, fully maxed out, want to get those crosses in, want to be really affecting the game from the wide areas. As for the shooting, opted to go into a little bit of finishing, but mostly long shots and shot power, as much as we possibly could, so that we can have the occasional long shots to try and bag a couple of goals here and there. And that is our fullback build. So let me take you through it in full. Nothing in the goalkeeping. Physicals, there you go. I also had a few points left over, so I put them in strength, just in case we go into a 1v1 battle and have to try and use our strength. That's physical. Defending, fully maxed. Dribbling, almost fully maxed, minus skill moves and attack positioning. Passing, fully maxed. Shooting, there you go. As I say, you can change these if you want, and you could maybe go into free kick accuracy rather than long shots. Have a couple of free kicks, but that's entirely up to you, and pace maxed out as well. On to centre-back. Centre-back is an interesting one. We are 95 overall after I've allocated the skill points, and we have 30 still left to work with. So, let me take you through what I've done. First up, pace. Fully maxed out. Nice and fast for a centre-back. Into shooting, this is where it slightly differs from the fullback, as we've gone with heading accuracy, so we can try and grab a few goals from corners. Passing-wise, we do nothing into crossing or curve for the moment. As I say, we're not a fullback, and unless we're playing as a wide centre-back, I don't really think we'll get into areas where we can cross the ball as much. So that's why I've not gone into that area, but we have gone into the long passing, short passing, and vision, which does give us 84 short passing and 77 long passing. Dribbling-wise, we've gone into this, and it does allow us to, firstly, have ability to control the ball when it comes our way, but if we want to try and carry the ball out of defence into midfield, we do have 72 dribbling to do that. We could go and put a point in here to take it to 76 if we wanted to, but I just don't think that it's all too necessary, and actually I'm going to put one more point into balance there too. So yeah, you can change this if you wish, but that is what I've gone with. Into defending, fully maxed out here, understandably so. Physical as well, we are fully maxed out as opposed to the fullback position, which we didn't go fully into physical, but we have done this time. With 29 skill points left over, it's entirely your choice what you do with them. Maybe look at free kicks, maybe look at penalties. I think actually, for the sake of it, penalties might probably be the better option, because if we go all the way into penalties actually here, can we get to a point where we would be taking penalties for the team? After allocating those skill points, we've got 80 penalties and 77 free kick accuracy with still 11 to play with. I would say, though, if you are going with free kicks, then you probably want to go into curve as well. But if you're not going on free kicks, then things like shot power here, long shots could also be an option to have those shots from distance. But these skill points, use them as you wish. Next up, central defensive midfielder. As for CDM, we have got a 96 overall build, which goes a little bit into pace, but only these initial first 4, nothing else. I don't necessarily feel like pace is all that important, and if you wanted to, you could actually get rid of these 4 and put them somewhere else. When I play CDM personally, I'd look to sort of sit in the kind of pivot position and just dictate the play there. Into shooting, we've got long shots, we've got a few other things as well, inclusive of shot power, but ultimately, that is about it. Mainly just long shots and shot power from the shooting skill tree, but to get those, you've had to go into a few other areas. For example, finishing and volleys, and then finishing and volleys again, just to unlock these 2, long shot and shot power. You might notice, though, there is one thing extra that I wanted from this, and that was that 5-star weak foot. So we have got a 5-star weak foot. Both feet dictating the play, nice and easy. Passing-wise, that's what we've gone into there. Everything in the short passing, long passing, and vision. This time around, though, a nice amount of curve and a decent crossing as well. As for dribbling, very similar to that we had at the centre-back. It is quite similar, the build between the two of these, but Ultimately, with a CDM, you're looking a little bit more further up the pitch, with defending fully maxed out and physicals fully maxed out as well. So keep this one short and sweet. Pace, there you go again. Shooting, there it is for you. Into passing, now dribbling, defending next, and finishing with physical. Next up, centre midfield. A 95 rated centre midfielder build with a focus on passing, shooting, and dribbling, but still decent pace, defending, and physicals mean you could definitely play this build as a box-to-box midfielder. So pace, we actually don't go into at all, but you could, if you have some skill points left for shooting, maxed out everything, and this will be very similar to centre attacking midfield as well. The only difference between this build and that one will be the lack of defending that we go into in the cam in a moment. Passing, everything on the right-hand side, barring this one here, because if we do get it, we'll end up having 99 long pass, but we've already got 99 vision anyway, so we won't gain anything there from going into it, and it costs 2 skill points, so I just thought 95 long pass, that's fine. So there's the passing bit. Dribbling, everything inclusive actually this time of some attack positionings as well to bring our rating up, because initially we were 1 overall lower than 95. So by putting our remaining skill points in here, we managed to get to 95. We've also got, I should mention, 5-star weak foot again in this build, but 4-star skills. So if you wanted to, maybe you want to go into some skill moves, but there you go. Defending, that is what we've done here. It gives us a nice bunch of stats to work with in the defensive side, and physically no real focus on strength or jumping or aggression, but focus on stamina and reactions. Nothing in goalkeeping. Centre attacking midfielder is very similar to that we had for our centre midfield build, apart from the fact we take our skill points out of defending, instead replacing them in pace and a little bit more into passing and dribbling. So pace, fully maxed, shooting, no change from the build that we had for the centre midfielder. In terms of passing though, more focus on that left-hand side, because we will get into areas to cross the ball, especially if you play like me and end up going in the wide areas like I do so often. And I've also managed to take away this vision skill point here. I realise I could have done this with the centre mid build because we get vision here. So you don't have to go into this. For some reason in my head, I thought I had to go this in order to get that short passing, but you don't, because you get it from the long passing. So there you go. So that's the changes we made anyway between the centre attacking midfield and the centre mid build in terms of passing into dribbling. There we go. We have taken a skill point away from attack positioning here so we could reallocate it elsewhere. Defending wise, nothing in there. We've taken the skill points back, and physicals stay as they were in the centre midfield build, with nothing into goalkeeping, and that culminates in a rating of 94. Moving on to left midfield, right midfield now, and this won't be too dissimilar to the build you'll see for a left wing, right wing in a few moments' time, but there are some subtle changes between the two. A 94 rated build with a focus on pace, dribbling, passing, setting up the chances, a little bit into shooting, and a tiny bit of focus on defending as well, just in case we have to, which that's the main difference between the two builds, is the points we allocate in defending here do not go in defending when you're playing as a left wing or a right wing. So you'll see the difference. But pace, self-explanatory, max it out. You want to be as quick as possible as you're playing out wide. Shooting wise, we focus on the finishing, the long shots, the shot power, the volleys. No real focus on the heading accuracy, which is something we will go into when we play as a winger in a moment. As for passing, fully max that out. In terms of dribbling, everything aside from the skill move point, that's your choice if you want to go into it. But you might notice I have actually gone with a full focus on attack positioning as well, which again does not affect your pro when controlling them, but does affect overall. So bear that in mind. Defending, focus on the left-hand side, just in terms of the stand tackling, slide tackling, just to give us that extra boost should we need it. And physical, I think, is ultimately the same as it has been for the other midfield positions also. Changes if you wish, but let's move on to the attacking positions. And for the left winger, right winger build, we have got a 95 overall with some skill points left over. If you wanted to change the height of your pro, you can get this rating higher. I know that, but as I said earlier, I'm keeping this the same throughout. So our pro is 6 foot tall, and if I was to go a little bit smaller, my pace would go up and my rating therefore would go up as well. But just to show you, so fully into pace, very similar to that we had in the left midfield, right midfield, just taking the points away. And you might notice as well, I have got 8 points left. That's for you to decide what you want to do, because in the shooting bit, after going into heading accuracy, it does give us a 75 heading accuracy. We could maybe look to go into weak foot here with these skill points. Alternatively, as you see, passing is fully maxed out. We could look at getting 5-star skill moves, because we could go 5-star skill moves there. And actually, can we get, potentially, I was about to say, can we get 5-star weak foot as well? Not quite, but we could take away 1 point here from heading accuracy if we really wanted to and go for a 5-star weak foot, 5-star skill moves. Doesn't change our overall, so there you go. So that is an option if you wanted to have 5-star, 5-star. Nothing in defending. Physical, same as previous. Final build to go through is striker. And if you're wondering why I'm not covering centre forward, the build is pretty much the same as Cam. And for our striker build, we have a 96 overall. It features a 4-star weak foot, which could be changed. We can focus on things like penalties to make sure we are really good from the penalty spot, but I'll show you it now. So, starting with pace, fully maxed, as expected, into shooting, and this is what we've gone with. As I say, we could take out this skill point in weak foot, going back down to a 3-star weak foot, and then focus on things like penalties, because right now we actually only have 78 penalties. If we were to do that, we would improve to 86 penalties. So that is an option for you as well, but I just wanted to focus on weak foot, make sure that we had 4-star at least. So there you go. And just realised, forgot to put that penalty point back in. So there we go. Passing, you do not need to focus on crossing. Do not bother. Unless you really want to, it does not impact your overall. And unless you're really finding yourself out wide, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be the central point of the attack. So crossing for me wasn't massively necessary, but that could be something you want to go into, but personally, I just wasn't bothered. I wanted to use the skill points elsewhere. I do want curve, though. That does help with our finesse shots. So 70 curve is what we managed. In the other bits, we want as much passing as we possibly can to link up the play from our attacking position, spearheading the attack, if you will. Dribbling, full, aside from one skill move, which you don't necessarily need to take. Again, it's personal choice. Defending, nothing in it, but physicals changed for what feels like a while now in terms of the builds, because it's always been the same, but this time we do focus on the physicals. One more quick run through then. Pace, full maxed. There's the shooting skill tree, into the passing skill tree. Now for dribbling, defending with nothing in, physical fully maxed, and goalkeeper with nothing either. And that, my friends, will bring this video to a close. Hopefully it's not been a massively long video. As mentioned, timestamps should be in the description for you to check out a build for your exact position. I will reiterate what I said earlier, though. These are by no means the highest rated builds that you can get in each position. I just wanted to give you a video for you to take some inspiration from, maybe use as a starting point, change parts of what I've done, and then find a build that suits you. So hopefully this video helps in doing that. And just to show you what I mentioned earlier about if I do change around my pro's height, for example, we were 96 overall as the striker a minute ago. If we go all the way down to 5'3", I think we should change. No, we stay at 96, but I know it does work for some of the other positions. I think it's because where I've got improvements in pace, I've lost in strength. So that's probably why. But yeah, my pro was 6 foot all the way through, including goalkeeper, defending, midfielding, and attacker. So I kept it all the same throughout. Hopefully this video has helped. A massive thank you for watching. If it does help you, feel free to leave it a like. Help push out this video to more and more viewers. Massive thank you for all the support and love you show me. I'm trying to reach 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So depending on when you're watching this video, I might still be chasing that goal. So if you could help me by subscribing down below, that would be much appreciated. Until next time, take care. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Look after each other. And I'll see you all in a brand new video on the channel very soon. Until then, adios.